Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Ramayana 381. As you may remember, Lakshman and Indrajit were hurling astras at each other. Lakshman thought of sending the Varunastra, and it was destroyed by Raudra, sent by his enemy. Indrajit now sent the astra of Agni, and Suryastra was able to nullify it. Asurastra was fierce when sent by Indrajit, but Lakshman knew that Maheshwara would soon put it to shame. Rishis and Pitris were now in the sky, and they blessed Lakshman from there. Aindra was the astra which Lakshman took in his hand now. It was presided over by Indra, and it was a deadly astra. It was like death at the time of the great deluge, and Lakshman bent his bow and pulled the string to the utmost. While he did so, he said, "If it is true that Rama is unequaled in prowess, if it is true that he has ever been righteous, if it is true that he has ever been truthful, then may this arrow kill Indrajit, the son of Ravana." Lakshman spoke the incantations with reverence and sent the arrow toward Indrajit. It traveled like a streak of lightning, and it severed the beautiful head of Indrajit from his body, and it fell to the ground. It was like a golden lotus which had grown on the earth. Indrajit was dead, and there was a roar from the Vanara army which reached the skies. There was a great commotion in the skies, and the army of Rakshasas fled in all four directions when it saw their master fallen. Their weapons fell from their nerveless hands, and they ran as fast as they could toward Lanka. Indrajit, who had been a thorn in the side of Rama, who had fought as no one else had, who had been the favored great-grandson of Brahma, who was an adept in every kind of warfare, who was a master of all the astras, which the Koshal brothers possessed, who was so full of bravery and valor, who had commanded the loyalty of every one of his men, who was the sole hope of Ravana, who was the beloved son of Mandodari, was now dead, and his head illumined the field of battle like the sun, which had fallen to the earth because of a curse. He was like the moon who had been cursed by Daksha, and who had lost his brilliance. Indrajit, who had captured Indra and brought him to his father's city as a captive, was dead, was killed by the astra which was, ironically enough, presided over by Indra. 33. Rama's Joy. Vibhishana and Hanuman and Jambavan were thrilled with the achievement of Lakshman. It was no mean task he had performed, and the heavens were raining flowers on him. He stood with his body covered by blood, and the string of his bow was still vibrating after the arrow had left it. The entire army stood around him, and there were shouts of joy from everywhere. The heavens were filled up with all the celestials, and they knew that the task of Rama had been almost completed. Ravana was the only one left, and Rama would soon kill him. This was the feeling in the mind of every one of those in the heavens, and a feeling of relief was to be found everywhere. Drenched with blood, Lakshman stood in the field of battle, and Hanuman and Vibhishana and Jambavan stood beside him. There was a look of triumph on the face of each one of them, and thus they went to the presence of Rama, and the entire army went with them. Hanuman led Lakshman holding his hand, and they went to Rama. Lakshman fell at the feet of Rama and stood by his side, even as Indra would by Brihaspati. His breath was still coming in gasps, and he told Rama about the killing of Indrajit. Vibhishana went to Rama, and he told Rama that Indrajit was dead. Rama's joy knew no bounds. He was thrilled that his beloved Lakshman had achieved what had seemed to be an impossible task. Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.